Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed! Oh my goodness. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? Sorry, I had to take a drink there real quick. It's been a lot of loud talking today, so I'm starting to lose my voice a bit, but I'm good.
That's a fact! Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words.
And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto.
I suppose I could help, if you helped me by giving me data on your case.
Aha! Good one! This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only.
Where the victim was found, how the victim was killed, when the victim died. How about how the victim was killed? Let's try that, I don't know. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the Force call a stabbing. With a knife.
A knife?
That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman.
That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. The time of the crime, 5:15. Yeah, okay, that's where we got the bit about the stabbing. Yeah, and then, of course, the time is the same. 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. So 1 in 1,000. No, wait, hold on. Percentage. I'm sorry. That's 1 in 100,000. Whoa, sorry. I forgot we were doing percentages. Probably still a good point from Emma. Also, this is weird because we already had this dialogue again. But we already had this earlier, this dialogue about them marveling about the time being the same. But now that I'm pressing it, it's like they're reacting for the first time again to this crazy coincidence. That's one of the weird things about this game, honestly, is, you know, our cross-examination, it feels like they're repeating their story somehow, and we're just like kind of examining the bits. It's a gameplay thing, and I haven't really called it out too much earlier, obviously, because it's like you're like going back to review what they just said and like questioning it. But it is true that sometimes it feels like they're doing it again, and we're like, except this time we're interjecting. And this time it feels even weirder, since it feels like, you know, they're reacting for the first time here with these cross-examination, like really hard. The same dialogue is kind of repeating, but just differently worded, you know. Find it a little odd, but it's how it is, you know. I understand, again, the gameplay part, so it's fine for me. Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Aha, you can't talk about it. Well, that's too bad. How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, Righto. You understand.
Try to understand, Righto.
Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. And that knife! What was it doing there? I'd better check this knife out. We did that already, so we can, in fact, drop the note. I guess we can have one more look at the knife. Don't hit E, don't hit E, don't hit E. I hit enter for check. Oh, alright, this is the... Yeah, it's the same dialogue. Oh yeah, we didn't get a chance to look at the end of the knife. Oh, okay, we can't examine that part. Alright then. I really wanted to, but nope. Can't do that. But yeah, honestly, now I'm starting to get freaked out. It feels like Mr. Gant actually wants us to do this. Like, it's so blatant how much he's calling out, like, if only there was something linking these crimes. Like, I'm getting a little scared what's gonna happen when I do this, but, you know, we gotta. Wait a second.
Aha! At last! An honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? Aha! An honest-to-goodness what do you mean from Udgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s. 12/2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside...
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? Ah! Aha! By the way, let's really quickly... I just realized where we can check the dates. Let's really quickly look at the autopsy report. Time of death was February 2/21, so that seems like that would probably be a date there on the note, rather than referring to the 2 on the tag on the switchblade. Strange. So a reference to the case, presumably that the switchblade is from, on the same date that all this stuff went down? We'll see where this goes. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Oh, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto!
I win? What game is this guy playing? Aha, wait, this is a new testimony? Hold on.
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Okay, so it looks like it's just a, this is just an updated, testimony now, see, because everything else is the same. But he still says it's not officially linked, even though it was stolen. It was stolen from the evidence room, huh? Well, nothing to do but press on that, because that's very mysterious. I don't know what else I could drop at the moment, you know. What else I could drop down as evidence here, you know, to present, so... I guess we'll just press on this first, and hope this goes somewhere. So, this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice! Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So, this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. With a note kind of calling it out. Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
That was...
Wait, what? Wait, what? So we did the press, but now we're still stuck here. Yeah, this is all the same. Hold on, can we get the thing where we ask one trivia from him? Can we get that again? We already did it once, but is he gonna... Arrested the suspect? Wow, so we can just do this again and get a new piece of trivia? And the game's not gonna penalize for us for that? So, tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Wait a second, I have heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
So, okay. Well, good thing I didn't start chucking evidences to press, because I might have gotten myself beat up, because this sounds like this is actually something relevant. I see. I see. We had to first do the note thing and then come back to this press on him with our newfound information to connect the dots. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much. Should we do the one more trivia, since apparently we can get them all, just, be thorough? So maybe I have to drop the knife. Now that we know that the knife was stolen from the evidence room, and then the murder happened, we can maybe drop that. Oh, but this is just when the victim died. Well, I guess we'll ask it. But do I have to drop that at the final bit where he's like, it's not officially connected to the case? Just drop the switchblade there, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. So, when did the murder at the police department occur?
Now that's a sharp question, Righto. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this.
And then it goes to this one, the time of the crime, 5:15. Yeah. Okay, so can I just drop the knife here now at this point, or am I supposed to use this note? Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement?
I'm not sure I follow.
It clearly contradicts the... I thought...
We don't sound very convinced, Mr. Wright. Objection overruled.
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay, not good. Not good move. Okay, so what if I just drop the note again here? Because, the note references this very knife, and it's in the car trunk. Oh my god, really? Okay. That's weird that those don't get anything for me. Okay, so now I have to drop some kind of item. I have to drop some other evidence, but I'm not sure what. I have here... Let's hear that one again, the one bit. I wanna press him and hear again the first bit. Okay, so let's go this again. Sorry, I'm like, my mind is like blanking out now what my next move is supposed to be. Where the victim was found. The crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. And he mentioned it a moment ago. Was stolen from the evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. The knife was stolen from the evidence room and it was found... Oh my god, am I just supposed to press him on this? Oh, I'm such an idiot, I'm overthinking this. Do I just press him here? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
Ha, you don't say? Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Okay, now I feel like I have egg on my face. That I didn't think to just press him again on this point. And I took not one but 2 beatings to my court meter for this mistake. Annoying. And I can't really blame the game for being too obtuse with this, although it was a little obtuse, but still, probably should have realized that I should have probably read into what Wright and Emma were talking about there to realize that this was just supposed to be a now we have everything in place to press him moment. So let's see.
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag.
See, I just used these items and the game penalized me for it rather than being like, good show. That's so annoying. That does frustrate me, though. That's really annoying. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
There's that awkward pause again. Don't know what to feel about that.
You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet at all.
Can we get the information unofficially?
Sure! Why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really? Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
Alright, well now we're just gonna press him on this, obviously, because I don't know what to drop here at the moment of items, so let's go. If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything?
Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Both of these seem important. I don't know about gender, maybe, but these ones seem important, especially ID number, if we could trace that to something. Let's go with division first. Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in?
Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs, Division 1. The detective responsible for homicide cases.
Homicide? That would be the same division as Detective Gamashu.
Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. Oh, that would suck. I would feel so sad if he died. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the okay, we heard this before. This is just the end of the presses thing. Alright, now let's ask, if we can still do it, let's ask about the ID. And I guess, to be thorough, I'll ask about the gender as well. But, I'm gonna try and find something to pin with the ID, because, you know, we know the ID of Goodman. So let's go. The victim's ID number, let's go. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Huh? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
No, of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 584-2189.
See, I'm actually not shocked because this is the only ID number we have. Like, I'm not that shocked, so I was actually expecting this swerve, but this is still a swerve. Goodman was killed in 2 places at once? Nani? Because that's Goodman's number. You can see it. They're both on the screen right now.
Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. Ha, it drives me nuts. 8, 2, I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. 584-2189. This tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. Yeah, we didn't do the asking about the gender thing, but like I've said, like that doesn't seem super pertinent. At the moment, at least, it doesn't. Especially if it turns out that it is indeed Goodman, we'll have found out the gender at the same time, so yeah. I think. Meaning? Ooh, that's spooky. It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
Tells me that it's Goodman. Ooh, for a second the music didn't cut out, so I was like, wait, what? Did I do something wrong? But, phew.
Witness!
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
Do they do a lot of grinning? I don't know. I haven't been to one, so no.
No, it's just I got confused.
And this is news?
Huh?
Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
The police department. The prosecutor's office. 2 places. 2 detectives murdered. At one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney. Remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
And this means what exactly?
I see, I knew it. I knew this would be the gag with the judge, because he's already forgotten the number. And also because he never realizes a damn thing.
Huh? Wait. That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right. Again! The number the chief of police gave us was 584-2189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack.
But wait! Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department. In the evidence room. At the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case.
Now just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
What the? You know, this case has gone from intriguing to absolute bonkers in a big space. Maybe it's just because I'm so thrown off, because I really was expecting us to go back to investigating, you know? Back to, like, investigating areas and finding more stuff out. But, like, here we are. This random police chief has come in and been dropping insane truth bombs on us. What? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news.
Oh, I remember that. That was a weird-looking officer guy. What did he... I can't remember what he said, though. I do remember him interrupting us when we were talking with Edgeworth, but what did he say again? Oh, Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Aha!
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Right, so he did have a report with him, and did Edgeworth... I can't remember what Edgeworth said, but he did send the guy out packing, right? So, You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report.
Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. What? Yeah, I don't know. Making fun of his IQ, are you, Emma? That's not very nice.
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir! You could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence! Then
Hello? Again with the awkward pauses. Those freak me out.
No such luck this time, worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright? Oh, did we ever get this? We didn't. We only got the first one. What's the second one? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here.
Is that why he was egging us on like that? Interesting twist. I like that. What an interesting character this Mr. Gant is.
Good job, Wright, my boy.
Huh? I was just doing my job.
No.
No!
Well, I think that anguished scream of terror. Oh. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I don't know. Is this the end of the case? It can't be. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was gonna call it here for the day, but there's something more still to come. I'm sure. Or is this the end? I have to play a little longer. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm confused. It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time. Really.
You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested.
Okay, there we go. So that's how we get the second day of investigations.
Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned.
Okay, and this is where we're calling it because yikes. Alright, good. For a second I thought the whole thing was ending, so I was like very confused, but okay, no, we were actually getting the end and another day of investigations. Yeah, you know, I would have been a little confused if we didn't get this as well, if it had just been all in that one little court scene there, so yeah. Okay, well, things have gotten incredibly interesting here. So much drama, just outside of just the case itself, but like this whole, between the departments and Edgeworth's reputation and everything. Lots of mystery stuff to chew on here. I look forward to continuing investigations next time, and I hope you guys look forward to it as well. So, catch you all next time. Bye-bye!